Hey everybody, it's me, Will the Dreamer. It is my honor to announce that on this afternoon's rendition of Artist Talk, my guest is JB Aubry. Also, JB, Mr. Aubry, is also the designer, the creator of the Facebook group for the Boss Katana. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you, Mr. JB Aubry.
Hey, salut. Hi.
Hey, JB.
Hi. How are you?
I am well. I am good. How are you, JB?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I'm fantastic. We're live. Artist Talk is happening.
Hey, sorry for being late. I had some technical issues. My I wanted to use the computer in my studio, and so you would have a very nice background with all the gear, and for some weird reason, the camera and the mic would not work with the browser. And anyway, I had to set up this little place here with my laptop.
That's
So
okay. I'm glad you're here. Thank you
I
for being here.
I don't know on your side, but on my side, you are very quiet. Just for your information.
Oh, really? Maybe I need to speak up. Is that better?
Well, you're coming very far away. I don't know again if it's my setup. Do you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay, good. So I'll. Is there a? No, there's no option here, so I could just. Anyway, we'll start from there and we'll see.
Okay, well, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Welcome to
Thank you for
Artist
inviting
Talk.
me.
Welcome to Dreamland Studios, my little hole in the world. And welcome to Artist Talk. So tell me, let's just dive right into this.
Hmm.
I need to ask you. We have a common love. We have a common affection in common. And I believe that's the Boss Katana.
Yes.
How did you get involved doing that, sir?
Okay. Let's just have let's just go back in time just for fun. Um,
Please.
about let's say in 98, 99, I used to have a personal forum on the Line 6 pod. That's about over 20 years ago. That forum was online for, let's say, until 2005. Okay. And back then, I really loved that community feeling where in which people will come and uh, discuss about one topic in general, and that back then it was the Line 6 pod. Do you remember the Red Bean? Did you ever played one, or did you ever add one?
The closest that I got to the red bean was the online software
Okay, okay,
for the UX2 interface.
okay. I'm still using a UX2 today for that meeting. So okay, so so just to give you a little bit of history,
Yes,
that when I created this, it was the early days of the internet. We the group back then, the not the group, but the message board I was using was quite very basic. No safety, no security, nothing. I don't even think we had password back then. You would just log in and post your question. And at one point, there was a troll that came in, and the guy or the person, whoever, he really destroyed the forum in a few days, and I had no way of kicking him out or whatever. So anyway,
terrible.
so to make a long story short, I had to let go or delete that message board and go and do something else. But I had kept a few friends from there, and one cool thing about that forum is back then I was traveling a lot for my job, and I was able to meet a few of those members around the globe. So
Wow.
that was fun, you know. And I can cite one. He's still a member of the group. Is Trent Berry, a good friend. We met again at NAM on a few months ago. So yeah, so you see the point. I started.
Hmm.
This is something that's always been part of me, you know, participating in forums and helping a community and everything. And back in 2016, when the boss released the katana,
Hmm.
I learned about it on the Gear Page forums. I don't know if you go on the Gear Page forums sometimes.
Oh, sure.
Oh, are you seeing questions popping in or whatever? No, okay.
Not quite yet. I'm looking right at the comments.
Okay, so I don't have that screen right now in front of me, so it's all right. If you see something interesting, just let me know. So back to 2016.
Robert said for waiting for this one.
All right. So I was on the Gear Page forums. There was a thread about the Katana amps. Everybody was like raving about the amp. So one evening after work, I stopped by one of my local guitar shop, played 10 minutes in one, and that was it. You know, I was
Blew
like,
me
wow,
away.
sounds great. I need this amp at home. And so they didn't have my model back then, so I had to order it. And in the process of waiting for the app, I decided to create a Facebook group just for fun. And you know, when I created it, I was expecting like 50 members, maybe 100 members, not much more, you know, because you know, you create something and you say, oh, let's have fun, let's bring back some old
Hmm.
friends, and you know, and so created this I think in December of 2016. And today I think I saw that we were 12,400 members or something like that. So
Yes,
3 years ago, 3 years later, we are 12,000 members. You know, it's like, wow. I'm still you know, I never thought that the group will get that huge.
that's beautiful. You know, it just goes to show you that, yeah, I'll just, what I'm doing here, I'll just use that for example, if that's okay. Um, I started this whole thing with Artist Talk over a year ago. And in that time, when I first started, I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I'm a guitar player.
Yeah.
I didn't. I know them like I know pedals.
Ah, yeah.
You know, I know good EQ when I see one.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Yep.
Thank you, but I don't. I don't know anything about live streams and about conducting an interview, and I'm just like, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this. So I created Artist Talk,
Mm-hmm.
and over a year later, I am privileged. I am proud to say over something I'm still learning.
Well,
Something, huh?
you learn every day. You know, it's same for me. It's been over 3 years, and I'm learning new things every day. Keeps us alive.
I'm telling you, you know, it's all an an involvement. I have had some incredible, incredible people on my show in the last year or so. I never thought I would ever have a chance to talk to. And I thought, man, these people will want nothing to do with me. And I don't blame them. I'm, in the big scheme of things, I'm nobody.
Ah,
But
same for me.
you know, but here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Boss Katanas, your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And I
That's my
just
shirt
wanted to,
today.
yeah. Well, here you go, right there.
Yeah, yeah. Good, good.
You got to start somewhere. I don't know what I'm doing. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, well, I had experience with my previous pod forum group, but it was like many years ago, an old platform and everything, and now it's through Facebook. No, it's incredible. And and I think back then we were like maybe 500 members at the maximum, and now we're over 12,000. That's something, to have over 12,000 members.
Yeah. I'm like, well, you know, JB, that's wonderful. And I support that. I support that 150% because you are a prime example of what can happen if you just hang in there. And I thank you for coming on my show.
Yeah, and what's up, GB? Got a katana because you blows all my tube amps. Well, an interesting question, because I wish we would be in my mini music room upstairs. Um, I still have all my tube amps, and I still acquire some more since I got my katana head. And I won't. I you know it's as good as they are. Well, there's other good too. Good amps on the market. It's not the be all and all amp. It's a good one, and I'm keeping all my collection right now.
Obviously, being such a huge part of the music
Oh boy,
industry, what was your drive to get into the industry?
that's a awesome question because I'm not part of the industry. I don't work for a boss. I'm not getting paid by boss. I'm doing this as voluntary work. This is voluntary work. It got way bigger than I was expecting. And if there's a company watching the video today and they want to hire me, I'm all open. They can offer me a
Don't
job.
forget about me.
But I'm doing this on my own. It's a personal project, and yeah, it's I'm not related to bus, and what I'm writing on the board or what I'm seeing is coming uh, from me. I'm not being paid to write those words. I'm not bullshitting anyone. And I'm not doing this to get more views on my YouTube channel, but because it's a humble, very, very humble channel. I don't get much views, and I'm not trying to sell anything to get paid at the end of the month.
You're doing it because you love it, and that's what it's all
Exactly,
about.
exactly.
And that's why I can relate with you. You're doing it because you love it, because you have a passion for it,
Yep, yep.
and because you just want to do something cool,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you want
And
to do something that's really neat.
and at one point you need to set limits, because it can get very demanding. You can put a lot of time into this and everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean, eh? you, you can relate to
I'm learning.
Yeah, and I know, and I don't know if you get into that point sometimes, but in the early days of the group, I could read everything that was posted. I could read it. Everything that was posted, musical, all videos, I could watch them. I would watch them to encourage the members and everything. But at 12,000 members, I cannot do this anymore because
Well,
I would have no life. And I need to pay my bills like everyone, and I need to go to work, and
oh, so you are still working.
yeah,
Good, good, good,
yeah,
good.
I need to work. I have a family, I have bills to pay. need to put food on the table like everyone.
Well, Mark Taylor, my friend Mark Taylor, is here. Hi, Mark. Thanks for coming back. Mark was at a show I had earlier this morning.
Oh,
And Mark came back. Thank you, Mark.
I don't
It's a
know Mark,
pleasure
but
to
I am saying hello to Mark.
check this out. I'm rocking a 100-watt 212 combo. I love it. I thought I might show you that. That's cool, man. Check this out. You're going to like this. Gravel Rock Spencer convinced my other guitar player to get one. He's got the 12 version and uses it with a Mission Engineering power cabinet underneath. Sounds incredible.
Yeah, and he's a member of the group. I know this guy, and I say hello.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you for being here, Gravel Rock.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Oh, check this out. This is cool.
Oh,
My
thanks.
friend Robert. Yeah,
Thanks, Robert. Very appreciated. Yeah.
true pioneer. I have to agree with that.
Yeah, in some ways we are pioneer. Yep. I and you too, but
Absolutely.
uh
Uh,
thanks, Gary. Nice to hear this.
Sneaky amps.
Yeah, that's okay. That the sneaky amps. It comes over and over in the group. I'll try to make a long story short. We have
Don't worry.
we have
Okay.
there's a member who's active on our group and maybe probably on many others, and he's the creator of the software, a third-party software to operate the amp, which is FX Floorboard. People can just Google FX Floorboard. The guy has been doing this for many years on most of the GT series from Boss. I think it goes back to the Boss GT3, maybe before this.
Wow.
His name is Colin. Colin created the FX Floorboard for the Katana based on his knowledge of the GT series. And when he did that, he discovered that the code inside the Katana had more amps. And those are what we call the sneaky amps. Or
Okay.
they are like, consider them like leftovers from the code. You know,
Wow.
Boss started from one of their basic code they use in their JD series, and they created 5 amps. Yeah, I don't have a Katana in front of me, but there's 5 channels: the acoustic, the clean, the crunch, the lead, and the brown. And those 5 are optimized for the power amp section in the Katana, but they have left some code in behind, and that guy discovered them through his programming of the FX Floorboard software.
That's impressive, JB. Very, very impressive. JB, you're such an inspiration to the Katana. If I was loaded with money, I would sponsor you myself so you could keep up the good work using your JCM 800 patch with a little tweaking. Unbelievable.
Well, they can go on my YouTube page, and there's a link.
Very nice.
And they can do a little donation if they want to help. I'm open for little donations if ever.
Now with the links that you so kindly sent to me,
Yeah.
did you have your support link in there?
No, it's on my. I could send it back to you at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put it back in this description box. So
Okay.
Because I
Thanks.
want you.
I created one just in case I received once somebody only, a little amount of money, but it's it's like oh, thank you for all the effort I do.
Well, speaking of that,
Yep.
I usually now with my old format, I would say welcome to the show, stay inspired, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
then I would say this stream is dedicated to my PayPal donors.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say thank you to East Coast Mike for the wonderful distortion pedal that goes great with my katana, by the way.
Which one did you get?
A little mini pedal with it's called the Inferno
Oh,
with the
okay.
skull on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sharp. And a very special big thank you to also goes to Dimple of Blade Works in Victoria, Australia. And also a very big thank you goes to the whole reason why I'm even doing what I'm doing. Eric Broadbent, Music Gear Network, Design 39 Media.
Okay.
And also a name that I have not put in a banner yet, so I will say it myself, Brian. Thank you to Brian S. for his donation, for his donation. Brian, you're a remarkable guy. You're a great friend, and I thank you very, very, very much. And I also want to say thank you to Boss for these wonderful, wonderful pedals that I have, and my 50-watt katana, and my Boss GT1.
Oh,
Thank you, Boss. Without you, I wouldn't have a GT1. My show got saved because of my GT1, Boss. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I ran into some audio interface issues, and my audio interface just blew up 10 minutes before a show. I had no audio interface.
Oh.
My UX2 stopped working. I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, wait a minute. I've got an audio interface. Reach over here into my pedal case, break out my GT1, hook it up real quick. The drivers are already installed. Show went off without a hitch, you know.
good, good.
The Boss GT1. So that's my nod to Boss. I love Boss products. I'm a big believer in the power of Boss and Mr. Yoshi Ikegami's vision.
He's a very nice. He's a very nice guy, by the way. Very, very nice guy. I was able to meet him at NAM this year. I love him. Hey Yoshi, you rock.
I'm so happy you met him. I was supposed to go to NAM, and then my mom got sick. And I'm like, I can't go.
Yeah, understood.
You know, I was going to go help my friend out at his exhibit, but I knew that if I went,
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to
understood.
present Will to everybody and be, be me if I've got in the back of my head and I'm worried about my 85-year-old mom. You know, I didn't go. So I'm glad you went, and I'm glad that you met Yoshi. He seems like a wonderful, wonderful chap.
He's a wonderful chap, and his complete team, the whole team from Boss and Roland is also a bunch of nice people.
So, what's your goal, if you don't mind me asking, sir?
My goal.
What's your goal with your Facebook group?
Oh, keep it running. You know what? When I created this, and I had no expectations. You know, I created this. I was thinking, like I said earlier, 50, 100 members. then we reached quickly 100 members. I was like, oh, maybe that will stop at 200, and like I said, 3 years later we're like over 12,000 members. My goal is to keep it running, to make sure the community receive as a good place to come for resources and help regarding different topics on the products, and to keep it alive as long as I will be able to keep it alive, And we have awesome members. I have very good moderators that are helping me also to keep managing this, because I cannot manage this on my own, honestly. At one point I need help, I need a break and everything. They are very good. So yeah, congrats to my moderators. I don't know if they're watching, but I'm sending some love to them right now. And yeah, and well, speaking of goal, I don't have any goal, but something that could be interesting, and I don't know if Boss is listening or anybody from Roland is listening. That will be nice that on the next generation event, I was involved. I'd like to give my input somewhere.
Absolutely, that would be great.
Maybe do some testing prior, guide them through the process. I have a mechanical engineering background. I'm a professional project manager, so I wouldn't mind, putting some time for them, as I'm doing right now. I'm doing the group, So with all the knowledge I acquired over the years on the product, I'd be happy, to give my little input on the next generation of the product.
You heard it here, boss. Artist talk. Me, the dreamer.
Yeah. Well,
you heard it. You heard it. I'm throwing it out there. Boss. Roland. Here's your man right here.
Yeah, well, I think I know my share about the product right now. And I know also what the members are expecting about it, because they are expecting a lot, So,
well, speaking of members, boss, please take it from me. You want to meet this gentleman right here.
Thank you.
Yoshi likes him. Check him out. Check him out. He's a good man. Very good man. Well, Gravel Rocks Band, JB, you're such an inspiration, Cantata. Okay, sorry about that, JB. Let's go to the next one. I stumbled upon Juka. You should create different patches and packs like he is and sell them.
Let's not go overboard on this topic, but I started the group as a free group. And right now I'm giving away everything I'm doing. So no, I'm not planning selling anything right now.
Let's see, Gravel Rocks Band, JB, you need to start doing YouTube videos like the Tone King or Philip McKnight. Every time they get on anywhere, they have 3 to 52.
Yeah.
3 to 52 or 700 people chatting.
That's a good question. I thought about doing more or getting more involved on YouTube, but it takes time. I already spent a lot of time on the group. I wish I had more spare time to work on my YouTube channel, but as I said, I have a real job also, from 9 to 5. I need to go to the office and everything. And then I have a family. I need to take care of them also. So, and I like to play guitar. You know what I've discovered a few months ago? I was not playing guitar anymore. I was just working all the time. My spare time was dedicated to the group. And right now I'm putting back into my first love, which is playing guitar. So if I had, if I was retired or if I had a lot of time, I would spend maybe most of my time on my channel but I think I've done some very precise video. Most of my videos have been done to answer a specific question from a member. At first, this is how I was selecting my topics.
Well, you talk about playing. Here's something that, let's see it.
The video.
Check this out. Well, first, I just want to say hi, Dwight Bailey. This is JB.
Hi, Dwight. Nice meeting you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Dwight. It's always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Harmonic
Jack Crow. Harmonic vibrato, please.
I'm taking notes.
Harmonic vibrato.
Note taken.
That sounds like I want that. That's pretty good. Harmonic vibrato. Gravel Rocks band, JB. You are the go-to guy. You should sell patches. Here we go. You're the go-to guy.
Thanks.
You're the go-to guy.
Enjoy them right now. They are free, so just download them and try them out.
Over here we have Mr. Dwight Bailey. Hello, watching from work on my phone. Low on power. I'll be able to watch for a bit. Well, thank you.
Hey, you're cheating time on your work.
And Dwight Bailey also says hello. Guitarist Dreaming 352. How you doing, Dwight? Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If you can make one change to the katana,
one change,
one upgrade, what would it be?
Oh, right. Hey, you know what? Right now, I wish they were both using the same software. We have 2 generations of katana, and I wish you could use the same software to control them. That's something I'd change. And the update process. The update process is a serious pain in the ass. So it's easy if you follow the rules, but if you're not comfortable with technology and it can be difficult. And trust me, I have helped so many people on working on updating their amp. So yeah, the update process. Yeah, let's put the update process first rather than the 2 software.
Okay. The update process.
Yeah.
There you go. If you could take the katana effects, say modulation effects, if you run through the katana modulation list off of Tone Studio, can you name any analog pedals that bosses take in Tone Studio would even come close to comparing, especially when it comes to delays, choruses, flangers, phasers?
The phaser is, if you try the phaser 90 or 95, I don't remember which is the number in the list. It's very close to an MXR flanger. Very, very, not flanger, phaser. Very, very close. I have a vintage one at home, a pedal, and I compared it to it. I'm sure on a blind test, many will fail. I tried. I have a very old video, and I remember doing that video. I was drunk. I did a live streaming on my group while I was drunk, and that was in the early days of the group. And I compared a few of my pedals, my overdrive pedals, to the built-in one in the Katana, and they are very, very close.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, that leads me to Roland. But before I mention that, here's something that's very, very nice that maybe you might want to see. That would be JB's semi-Sachet Quebec beer.
Yeah, with some maple syrup and some poutine. That's cool. Good, Jack.
And Martin N said, JB, keep at it. You're awesome. Best high gain setting out there on patches. Yeah.
Hey, merci Martin. Martin, c'est mon ami virtuel, on s'est pas encore rencontrés. Hein? Rock on, Martin.
There you go. There you go. We're we're definitely on a roll right now. Gary, what Gravel Rocks just said.
Hey guys, I told you I want to keep the group free. So free, you know, and I don't want to jump into that topic of selling patches and such. That's all right. But in the early days of the group, I had members that were disappointed that they had to pay for patches, and they were contacting me personally, you know, and why should I pay for patches? And I said, well, all mine are free, so go with mine or go with the one. We have a special area in the group for free where people can share patches. There's another website also that shares free patches, so you can go there. You can download. Boss has a few patches on their website also on the Tone Central. I don't remember how they called that website, but they have a few settings there that you can download. And one thing I can say to people: don't be afraid of turning the knobs on the amp. Plug your guitar and turn the knobs, experiment, feel, you know, play a chord, feel how it sounds. Oh, this is what distortion does. Okay, let's try the phaser. Pluck a chord. Oh, this is what the phaser does. You know, you're not playing piano, and I have nothing against piano. I started on piano, and I wish I would still be able to play piano. But, you know, you go on a piano, you've got all the keys, and you play, and it's all, you don't have effects. You don't have, you know, it's a piano. You know, you go on the other piano, and it will sound almost the same. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
But playing guitar is more than that. Playing guitar is like learning how to use your amp, learning how to use your sounds. You know, it goes beyond just plucking the string. And even plucking the string, you know, you can use your pickups on your guitar and you'll get a different sound. So it goes beyond than just playing the instrument. I know some players will be good just playing one sound, but other, you need to explore. Don't be afraid. Turn the fucking knobs on the amp. What do you think? You know?
I have to agree.
And this is probably the biggest success about that amp is, first, it sounds good. No, let's rewind. First, it's affordable. I wish when I started in the 80s, you know, I started around 86 in the 80s, you know, I had very nice hair back then.
Me too.
You too? Okay. So, but back then, when you were buying an amp, a decent amp will cost a fortune. And even a pedal. My first pedal was a Boss heavy metal. You remember that black pedal?
HM2.
Yeah, HM2. I wish I still had it. You know, I sold it many, many, many years ago when I was stupid and, you know, trading gear or everything. But I go back to this. The amp success relates to, first, it's affordable and it sounds good. And it's packed with so many very good features. You know, you bring the amp home and there's like over 60 pedals or FX built in. All that for what costs 50 watt? 250, 230?
More or less, yeah.
I just bought a pedal the other day that costs more than the 50 watt combos.
Wow.
You know, so, and again, the amp is loud enough to play with a band. I remember my first amp was so tiny. You know, we would have to crank it to the max and put it very close to a drummer so he could hear us just when we were trying to play together. So,
well, that's another thing I was gonna bring up was cranking it. But before I do that, Gary, speaking of updates, I would make is 2 more banks to store patches, and take the head version.
the rack mount version. I think I
and
told
design it.
yeah, I told Boss about this when I first got in contact with them. They should make like a what we could call a pro version. That's its rack mountable. That would be awesome.
That'd be great. I, that'd be great. I'd try and I don't know how, but I would look into that.
Yeah.
Um, the gravel rocks band. Thanks, Gary. Um, Martin M. I learned
Ah,
so
Martin.
much
Great. Yes.
about how to use the katana
Yeah.
from
Hey,
JB's
thanks,
videos.
Martin.
There you go. There you go. Just what you were telling me. And you know what? Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's nice. That is
I,
really,
I, li- I
really
live not too
nice.
far from Martin.
And where are you?
I'm from the Montreal area in Quebec.
Montreal,
Yeah.
Quebec, Canada.
Yeah.
I just had um,
From
Rob
where?
Ashby. Rob Ashby that was on my show this morning. It's from Chapman,
Okay. And
Chapman, Ontario.
from where
Yeah.
are you, Will?
Oh, I'm in Azusa, California,
Oh, sunny California, south or north?
southern,
Good for you.
southern.
Yeah.
I'm in Southern California. I'm not in Hollywood, where the pandemic's running off the
Yeah,
chain.
yeah. Are you locked on
But
right now?
oh, I'm home. Yeah.
Yeah, but are you locked at home right now? Or you can
Um, I tend not to go out.
okay.
Um, I do have an appointment at 5:30 today, so I'm gonna wear gloves and But I generally, especially with all the things going on, and I mean I'm watching L.A. County get turned right in front of my eyes, get turned into a freaking medical zone,
Mm-hmm.
and hotels, motels, fairgrounds. I mean, this is scary stuff right now, and I don't want to go out. I mean, anything happens, I don't want to be out there. I want to be right here, and so I working on my branding, working on my show, practicing. I don't want to be out there, not unless I absolutely have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been home. This is my third week. My job shut its doors,
Yeah.
and because I was in the food industry, and it was a it was a very scary thing.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we here in Montreal we're supposed to stay home. I'm working from home since March 16th. I've been
good.
working from yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Well, this is my temporary office from home right now. So yeah, like I said at the beginning of the show, I wanted to be in my music studio, but could not make it work. So I had to set it up here.
Well, I would love to have you back, and you know, I want to check out your music room, and I'm sure everybody here would love to also.
We'll
You
see. We'll
know,
see. Yeah.
definitely. Well, I'm open to it. Let's see, about 20 miles away from me in Whittier. Whittier. Huh, I know where Whittier is. I grew up by Whittier. That's interesting. Um, let's see. Sorry, Gravel Rocks fan. I was wanting them to post your comment, and I put quotes. They would know I was mentioning you,
It's
Jeff.
all right.
So, to are you knowledgeable? Are you knowledgeable with rolling products?
And frankly, I know I would say some of their pedals. I own a few, but in the past 3 years, like I said, I've been so involved in the group. My main knowledge is the Katana series. I don't know much outside. I've when I used to gig, and I stopped gigging in 2016 for many reasons. That will be another topic, another show. But my main effect system was a Bus GT8, and I think I played that pedal board for, well, I think I got it when they released it. When did they release the GT8? 2005, I think, or
Yeah.
2006, 2005, 2006. Yeah,
Oh, five.
yeah. Once I got rid of my pod, and
Hmm.
I switched to, and I was gigging more back then, and that pedal board was doing everything for me. I was using it as a four cable, with the four cable method, and I used it with a Marshall DSL 50 Ed, a PV 6505, Mesa Mini rectifier, also a Trainer YCV40 combo. All amps I still have. So, but yeah, when I was gigging, but my main amp from, let's say, 2011 to 2016 was a mini rectifier. It's 12 pounds, easy to carry. You bring a little cab with this, and my GT8 was for my FX. But the amp was providing the distortion, the clean channel, and everything. But
Hmm.
all my effects were coming from my GT8. And with the four cable method, it's so easy. And it's funny. I think the GT8 was the last generation without a USB port. And what I liked about that pedal board, and I still have it, you could tweak it without every possible tweaks. You could do them by using the interface. And I remember I learned it. I read the manual, I experimented a lot, and I was knowing it by heart. I could tweak it on the fly during a gig, and for modifying sounds or such. And yeah. So, but no, to be honest, I'm not knowledgeable outside the Katana series. And for a matter of time, also, I cannot know everything.
I was just going to mention the Roland SY 300.
Yeah, it's a nice device.
Before my job closed the doors, I was looking at that. I thought to myself, "Wow,
And
this."
and have you seen the latest version? I think the 1000, the SY.
Yes,
It's
yes,
awesome.
yes, yes. That's their flagship model.
Yeah, it was the big thing at NAM, and
I'm sure.
I heard it for the first time over there, and it was very impressive.
Well, the SY 1000. Yeah, I remember there was a time. See, one of my big influences, um, guitar influences, is Steve Stevens,
Yeah.
and he's always done guitar synthesizers. He's always used Roland guitar synthesizers ever since him and Billy Idol wrote and recorded Eyes Without a Face way back in the day.
Hmm.
And he still uses guitar synths now. And the last time I saw what he was using was a sound check, or actually the tour rehearsal for Deadland Ritual. And he had a Roland GR55.
Hmm.
And I gotta tell you, the GR55, that made me smile. The GR55 was the very first Roland unit I ever looked seriously at because I love the whole freeze, the freeze function. And to where Steve just like plays a minor harmonic minor chord and then hits freeze, and then he's able to do a nice, tasty
Yeah.
nylon lick over it. His kind of pseudo flamingo part of the show, and that inspired me, And I started when I got my Boss GT. As a matter of fact, I pulled up the looper,
Oh yeah.
and I just kind of did like a E minor seventh type of progression, strum, up strum, or I'm sorry, up pick, alternate string type picking pattern, and hit the looper on the Boss GT1. And then I went to another patch that I already had
Mhm.
designed, that I already had programmed. And I gotta tell you, that's when Boss run my heart again. I just, the sound I was hearing was like, it's inspiring,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's inspiring. The Boss Katana, what would you say is the um, your favorite part about the new Boss Katana update?
The new. Well, having maybe the 5 effects at once, it opens up more possibilities. Uh, you can have the drive and a phaser in front of your preamp. You could not do this. Well, you could, but you would limit your FX selection afterwards. So having more effects is interesting. That's something very nice. And the new artist interface is quite interesting. Having the solo function on it uh, gives more for live players, people that play with bands regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Having that solo feature on the artist is quite nice. Uh, but they're quite similar. They're not that far because most of the effects you I think since V4, the Katana, the original ones, have has all the same effects from the Mark II.
Mm. I would, when I saw, I haven't gotten the update yet, but I would like to get it. Um, I know it's out there. Interesting right here, and something that Martin, boss of Roland, should hire JP. This man knows this amp inside and out, and I'm sure he can provide an improvement on the amp. Make it even more user friendly. This guy is an asset. You know something?
Merci,
There you
Martin.
go. There you go. And when I read stuff like this, I just like,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah, touches me. Yeah.
Can you imagine what it would be like to get an email from Boss or Roland saying, "Would you like to help?" you know?
Oh, that will be awesome. That will be something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's wonderful. I mean, the reason why I asked you on show number one, first and foremost, I want to learn something, and I'm not gonna kid you. I knew from the very start when I started reading the posts, when I joined your group, I knew something was brewing. I just didn't know what it was because I've been in the group for a little bit, and all of a sudden it dawned on me. I got up to you know last week or whenever it was that we started talking about this, throwing this back and forth. And I sat down in my chair. I turned on the computer. I looked down to my right, and there's my katana, and I'm thinking to myself, "Get JB on." You know,
That's
so
cool.
thank you for being here. You are a mountain of information. And I can't tell you how what a good thing it is that you're here right now. The gravel rocksmith. You know that everybody in the group probably bought a katana, which is what would you say $200 an average for that's almost $2.5 million because the group. I wish boss would recognize that.
That's a good. He's good in math. That's great. and
Wow.
he hasn't considered that some members have more than one. Because some members starts with, let's say, the 50 watt, and at one point they get the 100 or the artist, and they keep the 50. The 50 is so affordable. Why sell it? You keep it, then you know.
And
Uh,
speaking of the 50 watts, I mean, I we were talking about cranking it up. When I first got my 50 watt, and I plugged it in,
mhm.
set it up, what do you think the very first thing is I did?
Crank it
Mm-hmm.
and see how loud it was,
Mm-hmm.
and it is.
I was like, whoa,
Whoa,
man.
whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, wow. You know, I was blown away.
yeah,
I
yeah. It's
and
loud, and it remains. It keeps its good sound even if you crank it. I remember the first. Well, back in the years, when the first digital amps were coming out, they were sounding good at, let's say, room level or practice level. But when you were cranking them, you were like losing definition, or I don't know how to describe it, but you were losing that good sound.
mhm.
So yeah.
It's just amazing with the katanas and how much headroom you get.
Hmm.
You'd swear you have a tube amp. I mean, it's so huge and it's so massive, and it's just even if you have your channel volume on, say, maybe cranked up all the way, you have it on 50 watts, and then you take your master
Hmm.
and put your master at, say, half, and you're pushing a full channel volume.
Yeah. It's loud.
It's wonderful.
Hmm.
I
and
bet.
and depending on your guitar, it reacts very nicely to your guitar volume also. you know uh that's something quite interesting for a solid state amp.
It's amazing. I, I'm so happy. I never thought. I mean, when I first heard of these, I
Hmm.
was like, when Boss first revealed them, I was
Hmm.
like, what? And the last thing I thought, I didn't know how much they were though. And then when I saw how much they were,
Yeah.
I couldn't pass it up.
I
I,
know.
I my life has never been the same since. I love my amp.
and
I love
and
a ton of.
yeah, and this is something, they're affordable. So when I see people trying to compare them to an amp that costs like 6, 7, 8 times the cost of them, yeah, it's normal that it may not keep up with a very, very expensive amp. But for a 200 amp, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
great.
Cavalra.
For a $200, 200, $300 app, it's not bad. And you get all those nice features inside of it, all those built-in effects, and maybe I should try. Maybe I should try.
There you go, JV.
We'll see.
That says it all right there, Robert. Great
Robert.
show again. Will thank you, Robert. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of. I hear you, JB. I hear you. I
Uh,
a lot of sales back up. Oh, well, good try, Gravel Rocks. Oh, check this out, JB. Martin. If that guy
Well,
made a commission on every
yeah,
hand so because of his channel on Facebook, he could contribute
yeah.
even more.
I may have missed my business plan somewhere at the beginning, you know. But yeah. But as I said, when I created that group, I was just thinking very, very small kind of community, just like I had back in the days with my Line 6 Pod forum. Never thought it would explode and be so huge after 3 years, and it keeps growing. I think we have in between 60 to 100 new members every week.
Hmm.
It's not the same rate as we had at the beginning. At the beginning, we were like getting 1,000 members every 3 months. We were, yeah, it was like that for the, let's say, up to the 4 to 5,000, yeah, up to 5,000 members. We had about 1,000 members every 3 months. But it keeps growing and growing. It's impressive, and I love it. It's fun. We have a nice community.
See, that's the thing, is that I've seen so much. I've seen so much negativity and
Yeah.
so
Oh,
much
well
sad,
said.
needless, terrible. And I'm just like, you know what, people? We're all in this thing together.
Yeah. Uh,
What's the
exactly.
problem? You know?
You know, you you know there's like it's easy to get lost right now because okay, one thing I don't like about Facebook is the interface. Okay,
Yes.
it's not meant to have 12,000 members and to be used as a group or a forum type of questions. So people get sometimes lost in on the wall, because the posts go too quickly and you don't see what has been inserted just a few posts down, or you know what I mean. The
Mm-hmm.
interface is not, let's say, designed for such a huge community. And I wish Facebook was open to suggestion or whatever, but there's no way of telling them, hey, can you change the way it's done, or
Mm-hmm.
so it's easy for members right now to get lost in all the flow of information going through the group.
Well, I'll tell you, and again, thank you, Martin, for being here today, and I'm very happy to meet you. And I appreciate your comments. Awesome show, and go check out JB's High Gang patches. They are awesome. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, yeah, I think they're not bad. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, I think they're not bad. That's the sound I grew up with, and I don't know, each time I plug into an amp, that's about the way I tweak it, whatever model. And if people think the Katana is difficult to tweak, they should try my Mesa Mark V. This is a more serious amp to tweak than a Katana. So
another reason, and I'm glad I'm glad Martine brought that up. Another reason why I love Boss so much and why I love my katana so much, I have such a deep affection for Boss. Period. Is because when I found out there are just certain amps that I just can't afford, and I can't pay $3,500 for a head. And I wish I could because I know exactly what I would get. But so I did do the next best thing. I
oh,
got pedaled,
wow,
but
good choice.
thank you. That this um, I took my sound from this pedal with with the volume up all the way down like that, and they gain at about uh, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I thought to myself, you know what?
Hmm.
I'm gonna do this with the katana, and I'm glad I did. Absolutely amazing tones.
Yeah, I never played the pedal, but I played one of their amp once, and I
Hmm.
was like, I was like,
Hmm.
oh, but I cannot afford also that amp. So I was like, but sounded great. Hey, Mr. Friedman, if you hear about me, I want one of your amp to test.
So do I. I've got 5 of your pedals. you know.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
but you were talking about affording special gear or a special amp or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel privileged. I do have a nice collection that I built over the
Well, that's
years.
nice.
Let's say the past 20 years, I've collected a few amps instead of
Well,
selling
that's
them.
nice.
And I feel privileged for that. And also, I think it's good for me when I support the community because, sometimes people come and say, oh, my katana doesn't sound like, let's say, that Mesa Boogie. Okay, I may not have that amp exactly, but I have a couple of Mesa Boogie in my collection. And, my katana sounds right if compared to my Mesa Boogie. So I have like that how do you say that? I can relate to other equipment pieces of gear.
Well, see, that's the thing. You hear that sound in your head,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what it is that you like. You know what it is that you're thinking and what you're feeling right
Mm-hmm.
here. In your chest, and you're like, you just know. So when you hear it, you little light goes on. At least it does for me anyway. A little
And
light.
trust me, I have I don't remember how many amps I have, but let's say I have 7 to 8 amps. I
Okay.
have 18 guitars. I have a bunch of pedals, and I
Well,
always
that's nice.
and I always sound the same. you know, it comes like you said. It comes from me. Whatever I'm plugged in. I sound the same. I sound like myself. So yeah.
Speaking of guitars, I originally, started Artist Talk. I'm just trying to bring some positivity into the guitar community. That's another reason why I
Yeah.
started this. And what would you say, if you don't mind sharing, JB? What would you say is your favorite guitar right now?
It's my Music Man JP6. I have two, and sadly, I had a setup in my iRob. I had done a setup prior to our interview in my music room, but as a computer with all my favorite piece of gear were ready to show off. So, but I could ask my son to bring it down, but yeah, my I have two GP6 guitars from Music Man, and they are my favorite guitars right now. And
I I love Ernie Balls.
yeah, I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of them. I remember when I bought my first one; it was a used one. I had issues with it. I emailed them. They always replied to me. They gave me, directions on how to set it up. And I even have a funny story about that guitar. Rob, can I say a funny story, or you have a comment to?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, um, Rob, as a matter of fact, hi Rob, and I'm glad you're here. This fine gentleman here was my guest this morning.
Hey, cool, cool.
Thank
So
you for being here. Thank you being here. So, tell me your funny story.
I'll make it short.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Uh, I got that my first Music Man. I don't remember exactly. I think it was in 2010, 2011. Anyway, I bought it used. It was a very very good price, so I jumped on it. I had a problem with the tremolo system on it.
Mm-hmm.
Would not stay in tune, and I had some replies from Ernie Ball. That was okay, but I was still having issues, and I started googling my problem. Right now it's cool when you have a problem, you open Google, you type it, and you sometimes you get some answers. And I went on a forum. I think it was on. I don't remember which forum. Sorry, but on a guitar forum, and a guy was explaining how to set it up. So I got in touch privately with this guy, and I did it, and he was cool. He was replying to me and everything, and very very friendly guy. And one day he sent me a bunch of pictures explaining to me how to set up the tremolo system. And I was like, there was a zillion of other GP6 behind the guy, bunch of them. And you know who that guy was?
Hmm.
It was John Petrucci's guitar technician.
Oh, Maddie.
Maddie, but I didn't know. I know I did. So I was, and he was super friendly, answering all my questions and replying and everything. But I didn't know who he was. And
Maddie.
then, and once we finished, my guitars are doing very fine, very stable since he gave me his little secrets. And it's funny. Once I managed all of this, at one point I said, "Who is that guy?" So I Googled his email, and I finally found what it was. Maddie. John, the personal technician of John Petrucci. I was like, oh wow, that's nice.
Your guitars are never going to go out of tune again.
But it was
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, funny story.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Um,
And very humble guy at the same time. And so cool.
he's yeah. He seems like he's really, really nice guy, and he's real approachable
Hmm.
and real pleasant. Real pleasant person. I'm really glad you had a chance to meet him, and I'm glad
No,
he helped you out.
I haven't met him. I haven't met him. Just email exchange between him and myself.
That's wonderful, though.
Mhm.
I wish he would email me. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
I would love to talk to him. I have a couple of guitar questions. No, but Maddie, if you're listening, or if somebody in your camp is listening, artisttalk777 at gmail.com.
Mhm.
I do have a question for you. Um, Gravel rocks.
Yeah.
I'm such a gearhead, and I have
Same here.
so many, and have so many amps and gear. Literally, I keep going back to the katana.
I will I must say something. Time fly
Yes.
time flies. It's all we've been together for over an hour and 15 minutes,
Oh, we have. My
and
gosh.
it's super fun. I could talk gear all the time. Just saying. So I still have 10 minutes for you right now. So that's fine with you.
Sure.
Good.
I just want to say, wow. I wasn't even looking at the clock.
No, it's fun. It's so fun. I could talk gear, and if we had beer, I could be we could be like this. We will have to do another show.
I've got a 12 pack in the pantry, so I'm saving it for a special occasion. That might be it. I would love that. Um, well, guys, thank you, everybody.
No, we don't have any
Um,
more questions. Will?
well, Gravel Rocks band, that's cool. Show
Yeah,
potential, yeah. No,
they have a bunch of nice video on their YouTube. Yep.
speaking of which, and speaking of video, oh, I'll talk to you about that when I end real quick.
Oh yeah, no
Um,
problem.
Thanks everybody. Thank you everybody for showing up today.
Oh, that was
Rob
great.
Ashby, thank you. Everybody from the group, everybody. And I thank you all so very much. My name is Will, aka the Dreamer.
I'm JB
Guitar streaming. That's JB.
from the
That's
Facebook group, the
JB.
Katana Facebook group.
From the Facebook Katana group. That's correct. And I gotta tell you, if anybody in the chat hasn't seen that group yet, check it out.
Yeah.
Links down the description box below.
Yeah. And to everyone out there, stay home, stay safe, stay strong.
Yes. Well, JB, I will be making some show announcements for the next couple
Okay.
weeks.
Go.
Pretty
Go for
soon. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Not right now, but pretty
it. Okay.
soon. It's a couple people that I'm talking to.
And
Right.
it's sad because we haven't talked inspiration, music, more gear, more guitars. It was too quick. I told you we need to do another one.
Thank you. Thank you. I would be honored. Thank you. I would be honored, JB. You're so awesome. I really enjoy talking to you.
Same on my
And
side.
I really appreciate you, JB. I appreciate you greatly.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me on your show. That was awesome.
And I'm just gonna I will be right with you, JB. I'm just gonna play my end credits and end the broadcast, and I will be right with you. I guarantee you. This is a new outro video that I designed.
Okay.
I need to work on it, but
Whoops. I lost you. You're back.
and I hit and broadcast. I hit and broadcast. And the wheel turning and turning and turning and turning. My computer's